Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jocelyn and I'm going to be explaining how I found out that I was pregnant and how my first trimester went since I am currently in my second trimester. It was a tough one, to be honest, but I will get into detail. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. I know this is my first video on my channel, but I definitely want to keep posting videos, whether if it's like vlogs or sit down videos or whatever it is, but I want to keep posting videos on my channel. So just make sure you subscribe and turn on that post notification. That way you know when I post a new video. But so let's get straight into it. So I'm currently 16 weeks and 1 day today, which means that in 4 weeks I find out what I am having. That's so exciting, to be honest, because I don't know, as I get closer to that date, the more excited I get. I personally feel like I'm having a girl. Don't ask me why, I just feel like I'm having a girl. But honestly, this pregnancy, it's been a roller coaster, to be honest. There would be times where I would complain, but then at the same time, like, I look at it and there are those women that are struggling to have kids right now. They're trying super hard and they can't get pregnant for whatever reason. And I thank God that I'm not one of those women. Even though I was not trying to get pregnant at this exact moment, it happened. And like my mom always tells me, God has a plan for everybody. So this was his plan for me, and here I am. I'm living in it. So yeah. So when I first found out, it was crazy because I did not know what made me want to take this pregnancy test, other than like me being super emotional. I was crying for like the little things. I would watch like YouTube videos and they would be like super emotional and I would cry. Like, I'm an emotional person, I am, but I'm not that type of emotional where I cry for like little things like that, you get me? There has to be a good reason for me to cry. So that was happening to me for like probably like a week straight. And at first I was like, oh, it's probably my period, it's okay, because my period is kind of crazy. So my period is kind of crazy. So it comes at different days of the month. So it's not always like, oh, it's gonna come the 14th of every month. No, it's not like that. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, it's probably my period. I'm probably PMSing. And then I had an extra pregnancy test for whatever reason. And I was going back to work from lunch one day. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this pregnancy test just to see, you know? And then, so I did. I got back from my lunch to work. I went straight to the restroom. I took the pregnancy test, and just like every other pregnancy test that I've taken when I've had like pregnancy scares or whatever, I thought that I was gonna look at it and it was gonna say negative. It wasn't the case for this one. So I peed on it or whatever. I was waiting for it. I kept looking at it because I was so anxious to know. Even though I thought it was gonna be negative, I was still like, oh my gosh, like that anxious like time, or that, you know, that anxiety you get. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then I kept looking at it, nothing. So I just set it down. I washed my hands or whatever. As I was washing my hands, I looked down at it and it says positive, or no, it says pregnant. And I was like, no. Like, I've told myself, like, if it happens, it happens. It's okay. But I just wasn't expecting it I just wasn't expecting it at this moment. So I'm just in shock at this point. I really am. So I get out of the restroom, I take the pregnancy test with me, and I walk straight out of work. I'm just outside, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I was in shock. I did not know what to do. And then first thing that came to my mind was to call my mom. My mom doesn't live with me, so she lives a couple hours away from me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call my mom. So I called my mom. I explained to her what was happening, and then I told her I was excited. I took a pregnancy test, and oh, I also remember another reason why I took this pregnancy test. My boobs were hurting super bad, guys, like super bad. Like usually when I'm about to get my period, my boobs hurt and they're like sore, you know, they get like kind of tender. No, they hurt super bad, to the point where I couldn't even like sleep on them, or my boyfriend couldn't even hug me like super tight because I would be like, ouch, like that hurts. So that was another reason. Sorry, that just came to my mind. But so I called my mom and I told her, and she was like, it's okay, like relax, because she heard how nervous I was, or how like in shock I was. She was like, it's okay, relax, it happens. Like every woman eventually has to go through this, you know, like to have kids. She was like, I went through this. She was like, now you're going through it. She was like, so it's okay, like you're gonna be okay. And then that's when she told me like God has a plan for everybody. He was like, this is his plan. She was like, this is his plan for you, so just keep calm, you know, everything's gonna be okay. She was like, just call your doctor right away and let her know that you want to go in for a pregnancy test, or to see your doctor so you can start getting like the monthly checkups. I was like, okay, but I didn't want to do that yet until I took like a couple more pregnancy tests, just because I couldn't believe it myself yet. So I stopped by a Target on my way home from work, and then I took a couple more pregnancy tests, and those pregnancy tests all came out positive. So at that point I was like, okay, I'm pregnant, like there's no doubt about it. So at this point I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant, like there's nothing we can do about it. This is God's plan. But I'm still in shock, like I still can't believe it. So that happens. We tell his family, we tell my family, everybody's happy for it. So I thank God for that. I thank God that we have everybody's support. But it's just that I didn't think that it would happen this soon. Like anything can happen, I know, but that was like the last thing I thought would happen at this very moment. Just because we wanted to wait a couple more years till we like settled down and everything. But at this point I'm like, we're ready, you know? So that is how I found out that I was pregnant. It was crazy. It was crazy just because, like I said, I was not expecting it whatsoever. Neither was my boyfriend. When I told him, it was crazy. Oh, so after I called my mom, that's when I called him and I told him, and he was just in shock too. He was like, oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, that's all he said. I was like, why is that all you're saying? And he was like, well, I just don't know what to say, like I'm in shock. So then I hung up, or we hung up or whatever. And then like once he got home from work, like a couple hours later, he saw like the other pregnancy tests that I got, like that I had taken, and he was like, okay, yeah, we're definitely pregnant, we're expecting. I was like, I know, like I don't know, like I had everything going through my head. I had like joy, I had nervousness, anxiety, everything. So at this point we're happy for it. I'm ready. Like I said, I'm ready for whatever God has planned for us. I love babies, I really do. Like there's babies in the family and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love babies, like they're adorable. But my first trimester was really tough on me, guys. I'm on my second trimester and I'm doing a lot better, thank God. But my first trimester, it was, I would say it took a toll on me. It really did. Just because I had no energy, guys. No energy whatsoever to do anything. I would always want to be in bed. Like no matter if I wanted to do stuff, no matter if I wanted to like go out and like run errands or whatever it was, I couldn't. My body just like knocked me down, like and And I understand because obviously that baby is taking the energy from you, or from me at this point. But it literally knocked me down. Like, it was horrible. I would get home from work. I get home like at 5 from work. I would literally just knock out. I would go to sleep. I would take naps, and I would just wake up to eat. And then my boyfriend would get home from work, and I'd be like, oh, hi, babe. Like, he would wake me up when he gets home. That way, like, we eat or whatever. And then I would go back to sleep. It was horrible. Like, it was horrible. And then at nights, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep until like an hour later of being up. And I don't know why that happened. I don't know why. I explained that to my doctor, and she said that's normal in pregnancies, especially in the first trimester. I think she said that in the third trimester too, but I'm in the second trimester, and that rarely ever happens to me now. But in the first trimester, I was throwing up so much, guys. Like, you guys don't understand. I was throwing up so much. It was bad. Like, I would eat and I would literally throw it up no matter what it was. And that went on for like a month, I want to say. It was bad, and it was frustrating for me just because I wanted to keep my food down. I really did. But it was tough. Like, it was really tough. Just because no matter what I ate, it would come straight out. It would come straight out, and I would feel it. Like, I feel it coming back up, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and every time I would throw up, like, I would kind of just cry in frustration because I want to keep this food down. Like, I want my baby to like eat too, you know? But it is what it is. The doctor said that it's normal, and she even gave me some pills to take. That way I can keep my food down. But I really don't like to take medication, guys. I've always been that type of person. So I didn't touch those pills. I still have them, and I haven't touched them. I haven't even opened them. Just because when I got them from her, I started to feel a little bit better. I would throw up less throughout the days. I was throwing up like 3 to 4 times a day, even sometimes 5 times a day. It was bad. So then I started calming down, and then I started just throwing up in the mornings, and then it got to the point where I was just throwing up when I didn't eat. But it got to one point where when I would get hungry, I would have to eat like right away. If not, I would throw up. Like, I would have to, you know, when you start getting that hungry sensation, like that you're getting hungry, that would happen to me, and I would feel like I'm getting hungry, but I would need to have food within like the next 5 minutes of me feeling that way. If not, I would throw up. And it wouldn't be like throwing up the food that I had like last. No, it would be like throwing up liquid, or throwing up whatever I had. Like, if I was drinking something, or if I was like snacking on something, that's what I would throw up. Like, it sucked, guys. Like, I'm so glad I'm over that stage. I am. Thank God that I was able to get through that, to be honest, because I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to be able to get through this. Like, and then my mom would tell me, like, it's just a couple of months. It's just a couple of months that's gonna happen. It's just like the first trimester, I was like, no, like, I feel like this is gonna happen the whole 9 months, and I'm not gonna be able to handle it. And I was also losing weight. So I'm already skinny as I am. So when I was losing weight, it was stressing me out even more. Just because I was like, I don't want to lose weight. Like, I want to gain weight. Like, so it was stressing me out even more. I was feeling like self-conscious about myself. It was bad. But like I said, thank God, I'm in the second trimester now. I am healthy. My baby's healthy. I am happy. I'm happy now. I rarely get nauseous, and I rarely throw up. I throw up like once every like 3 to 4 days, I want to say. Thank God. But everything's going good other than that, honestly. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough on me. It took a toll on me. It kind of like messed me up like mentally, I guess. Just because I was frustrated all the time. I was stressed out all the time. Like, yeah, it was bad. But other than that, I'm happy. I don't know if I told you guys this already, but I'm 16 weeks and 1 day today. So that is 4 months. I'm 4 months. 4 months and 1 day. I have 5 more months to go. My due date is August 8th. So it's gonna be fun. It's exciting. The only thing I'm scared of right now is labor. That's the only thing scaring me right now. But I think about it, I'm like, all these women did it without medication back in the day. I can do it, you know? Even if it is with like the epidural or whatever, I can do it. So yeah, that's pretty much how I found out that I was pregnant, or that I'm pregnant, and how my first trimester went. It was a tough one. So I praise all of you pregnant ladies out there, or all of you ladies that have gone through pregnancy before and know how this feels, just because it's horrible. It's bad. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I hope that I can continue like talking about my pregnancy and like vlogging about my pregnancy and stuff. I would love to do that. So just comment down below if you guys would like to see that. Also make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't, like I said earlier. But other than that, thank you so much for watching my video today, guys. Bye!